Hey guys, Lancer here. Hope everyone's doing well. Thanks again for joining me. Look at some more MTG stocks and let's get to it. So the first one is Nature's Cloak from Starter 1999. So this card has really taken off. It was weird. There was a couple of times where I think it must have flatlined for a couple of days, but in the last day it has really gone from, I'd probably say, market price of $2 to $6. I'd be surprised if I can get it on TCG Player for cheaper. The next copy that you can get is from Portal, which is at $17. So no luck for that one if you're going to try to get it. Yep, so $5.58 for a heavily played. Okay, nope. Moderately played, $6.38. A damaged one, $3. Lightly played. Ooh, that might be worth actually. People seem to be getting it. So you can get one for $4.99 for lightly played from Seattle. MTG Seattle. So we'll have to see if that's actually worth it. Next is Terminate, the Magic Players Reward fancy version of the card. Pretty creepy, cool looking art, no flavor text or no text on it in general. Moving up from $5 in July 7th to around about $10 right now. You can get obviously a lot of different versions of Terminate. There's 98 cents one, there's a 50 cents one. It really does depend on if you just like that version of the card. It does look cool, but I don't know if it's worth it long term. Next is Armageddon Clock, again, Antiquities. Jumping up straight into the sky. It's been climbing for the last couple of days. Moving up from, what was it, $9, $13.98 to $14.38. Not much of a big jump that way, but the premium cards are selling out like crazy. If you want a white border version of it, obviously you can get it for 4th edition, revised, for 50 cents or 95 cents. There's a chance that even they might start moving up because at some point this is going to get too expensive for people to buy, but they also realize that it's in other sets. Or they just understand that Antiquities is quite a bit rarer with the black border, but if that's the case, then why not just pick up reserve list cards? It's not like this is actually an amazing card to begin with. So what is it? Put one counter on Armageddon Clock for during each of your upkeeps. At the end of your upkeep, if each player takes damage equal to the number of counters on the clock, any player may spend 4 mana during any upkeep to remove a counter. For 6 mana, that is expensive, and you're going to put yourself as a target for a long time. So we'll have to see how that goes. If you have infinite mana, I guess that might work. Brushlands, 10th edition, not a bad card. Never really got below the $5 mark, and now it's starting to move back up to the $12 mark. This is 10th edition. You can get another version from Anthologies for $6.99. Nothing really underneath $7. It's going to be hard. So we'll see what's going to happen with this in the next couple of days. Engineered Explosive from 5th Dawn. Good card. Really took a beating after the Double Masters, was it? Or Ultimate Masters printing. And Double Masters, sorry. It was in quite a few printings. The Double Masters really did beat it down quite a bit. Dropped down to about $9. Now it's really taken off. Completely opposite. So if you guys picked this up, good for you. I know at least someone marked down that they picked it up. If you got a four off, you've probably more than doubled your money right now. So see how that goes in the future. Birds of Paradise from Secret Lairs. So obviously Birds of Paradise played in a lot of different commander decks that have green in them and multiple colors. Now it's starting to move back up. It's probably going to catch up with its $15 average. Yep, there is not much. Oh, there's a mystery booster card for $12.66. But really $10 or less than $10 was too cheap for this card. The average price should be around about $12. Next, Seat of the Synod from Commander 2016. Great utility land. The fact that it's an artifact is really useful for Breyer decks and so on. You can sacrifice your land to do a bit more damage or get some value out of it. And you can bring it back maybe in certain kinds of decks as well. The cheapest you can get it for is, it says 75 cents on TCG. I don't think that's correct. This is probably the cheapest you can get it for, and it might actually catch up to the others, averaging around about $2. See how it goes for that one as well. Pathbreaker Ibex from Commander 2015. This card is actually insanely good. I don't remember picking it up, but possibly, no, I don't think I have it. It's just a good card. It gets really powerful late game, and you can play it at almost any time and gets it does some work for you. Most importantly, the fact is it started from $3 in July 2018, and now it's sitting at around about $18. So that's what is that? 600. Unless I'm counting that right, 600% increase from just 2 years ago. So I think this card may hit a top at some point. Obviously, with a spike like this, that usually means that a top is coming. But if you guys are going to pick it up, then I'd probably say dip your toes in. Knight of the Thorn from the Dark. It's a from the Dark card, which means that it's going to spike whenever someone wants to get into old cards, which happened around about October 24th, 2020, and it's now sitting at $23. No other printings on the reserve list. Yeah, that's going to stay pretty expensive. Prosper Tomb Bound Extended Art. This is a pretty cool commander. There's not much more to say about it. Obviously, he took a bit of a dive, but he'll probably come back to an average price. Devoted Caretaker from Odyssey. Cool card, not on the reserve list, no other printing. Moving up from about $1.50 to $2. Jedit Ogenin from Legends. Legends card, but I'm pretty sure this is not on the reserve list, and yet it does not have any other printing. So whether or not they print this card again, I guess depends on how expensive it gets. Right now, the fact that it's sitting at $6 is quite good. It's not exactly a good card in general. Nothing unique about it. It's just a set 7 mana 5/5. So yeah, not really worth it, I guess. Dwarven Sea Clan from Homelands. So we did at some point see this card. So in our review. So I think right now it's sitting at January 21st. It was sitting at 62 cents. Now sitting at almost $3.64. So we'll have to see how that goes as well. And last, Scion of the Ur-Dragon from Time Spiral. 5 mana for a 4/4 flying dragon. Sorry, 5 or Blueberg. All colors for a 4/4 dragon. My rabbit just tipped his food tray all the way around. Impressive. Right now sitting at $9.10. So I think you're not going to find this card for much cheaper. The dragons have really taken off. There's a lot of popularity behind them, so there's not going to be much of a price drop in the future. We'll have to see if there's going to be any reprintings in the future as well. Next, moving to Standard. Biggest gain, Minsik, beloved Ranger, after he dropped the largest yesterday, I think, so that's a bit of a turnaround. Other than that, Omnath, Locus of Creations, obviously sitting at 9% gain. Nothing else really jumped up. No real big drops. Overall, the week has actually slowed down quite a bit. Hall of the Storm Giants, Righteous Valkyrie, Omnath, Locus of Creation. However, God of the Battle are the big ones. Everything else is quite flat. Sprite Dragon, 16% drop. Grandmaster of the Flowers, 11% drop. Demi Leech, a 13% drop. But once again, nothing too crazy outside of that. Moving to Modern, Cavern of Souls moved up by 4% to now sit at $100. Is that the top, or is it going to continue going up? Ren 6 is continuing going up, now sitting at $120. Turmod's Crypt sitting at $10, 25% gain. Dress Down, $3.99, another 62% gain today. That is actually out of control. Sulphur Spring, biggest drop is 9%, not much actually of a drop. Flamekin Harbinger, no longer on our list, but sitting comfortably at $15. It is in so many of the elemental decks, it's actually kind of crazy. $69.99 for Emrakul, the Aeon's Torn, funny. Fury still sitting at $23, a 31% gain. Biggest drops, Defense Grid, 8th edition, dropping down by 22%. Shizo, Death's Door, dropping down by 11%. Arid Mesa, dropping down by 11%. Obviously, some of these dual lands, enemy fetch lands, are going to start getting very, very good pickup. But I think that's when they come down to probably around about $30. What are they sitting at right now? Remembering that the previous ones dropped down to around about $30 as well, or $20 was it? So right now it's sitting at $27. So if it drops down any more than this, it's going to hit its all-time... Oh, okay, I take that back. It's below its all-time price ever. So, yeah. Might be a good time to pick some of these at some point, especially in the next couple of weeks. Maybe start dipping your toes in if you really want these as a 4-of or anything. I know there's only certain places you can play them, but so these limited. Next is Pioneer. So Liliana Untouched by Death at 18% gain. Kogan's Command 9% gain. Cigara's Aid 8% gain. Nothing crazy. Biggest drop is Crypt Breaker, but that was a huge gain running up, so $5.52. So he's probably still on the weekly gains. Yep, 39% for Crypt Breaker. And Relentless Dead, still 50%, sitting at $15. Biggest drops in the Pioneer is Blooming Marsh at 12%, and Torrential Greerhulk, which also had a huge gain, so reasons to pull back anyways. As for spoilers, there is nothing more here, so we'll just end on the Bayou and Badlands. Bayou is still moving slowly, or is that actually quite fast, up, and Badlands still flatlining. So once again, this is a very, very slow market at this point, especially when it comes to these reserve list dual lands. No crazy consistent jumps or anything. Anyways, I'm going to have to let you guys go because my rabbit's going crazy out there. Have fun, guys, and take care. See ya.